Guys, it's Talion here, back with more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Why am I, like, tiny in the corner? Make myself a little bit bigger. Hi! So, last time, things happened, and yeah, we have new friends on the menu. Look at that! We got 2 more characters up to 100%! Look at them! They're so cute in there. I did notice everyone's in their, like, middle teenage years outfits. Oh, and look at these little... Have we seen those puffballs flying by before? Does that always happen? Maybe not that big. Anyway, cool. So I think we managed to, what's it? We averted complete disaster! I don't know how, but we managed to do it! So, we did end almost but not quite to the end of the game. So we're going to be finishing it up today and probably going straight into a second playthrough. We avoided the worst case, yeah. We barely managed it. We do still have that save, so I'm kind of wondering if at some point we should go back and try to see what happens if we fail it. But yeah, we're very close to the end. We're still not quite there on bravery. I'm just trying to see what else we want to do in our last, like, 2 months here. How close are we? 96. Can we get there? It all gives us +2, but we have some bonuses, so I think we can probably get to 4. Is there anything else that gives bravery? That gives +2 bravery, but that's a secondary. I think primary is probably better. Or is there anything we want, like any events that we want to get? Because that's probably the bigger priority. Why not? There's still the congruence one, though we do have 2 actions if you don't want to explore with one of them. Yeah, that's true. That Cal's a helpful kid, and he's got a natural talent with plants, your dad says, taking a break to wipe his forehead with his handkerchief. Wonder if he gets it from me. At your aghast expression, your dad laughs. Just kidding. His mom didn't use a donor, I'm pretty sure. And if she did, no one told me. Huh. There's still the congruence one? Yeah, I was wondering if the, like, robot thing was the event that you were looking for, or if it was something else. I do kind of want to go exploring in Glow, but unsure. You know what? Let's give him a last present. The medicinal roots, right? Happy birthday! I really do hope people are tracking those donations, yeah. Seems like an important gene thing. I do have an idea that we can, like, do a save here, see if we get the event, and if not, we reload and do something else. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you said it was, like, pseudo-random, right? So we might just not get it. Okay, yeah, I think we can do that. Our scary save is just in there now. Can we just overwrite this quick save? I think that should be okay. Also, you cannot just say, I kind of wish I had blown out the wall. Wait, did he say that? I didn't see that. Did I just not read something? Dis, what are you doing? Not that he would necessarily have the same dialogue. It was right before you gave him stuff? Huh. I thought he had that same dialogue. Okay, well. I guess I missed that. Okay, is that safe or is that gonna get overwritten when I do stuff? Engineering and creativity, neither of which we especially need right now. We could use some more creativity, but we're not gonna get to the next perk or anything. It was in the context of we're in a weird stalemate with the wildlife. Maybe if I'd blown up the wall, we at least wouldn't have this. Wow, that's funny. It will get overwritten, but it'll get overwritten with right before we do repair robots, so it works just as well. Okay, yeah, you're right. You did mention that the first autosave just does the right before your latest event. So let's just try the repair robots. Security Chief Rhett has brought in one of the sentry turrets for repair. The damn things are jammed again, he exclaims, exasperated. They turn on, but instead of firing, they just make this loud buzzing noise. He flicks the turret on, and the room is filled with a high-pitched clunking squeal. You wince and cover your ears. It's annoying, but it's not very effective, he shouts over the din. Can you make them kill things again? With bullets, not with noise. That is interesting. I mean, I can. I feel like I should, because again, we are pro-colony defense, and I feel like we kind of need those things. Sadly. Maybe at some point we can do like a full pacifist run.
Oh, Kitty, hi. Hey, Kitty.
Still not the one. That is such a funny dialogue option though, yeah. So is this locked in? Can I save scum it? Or is it just gone forever?
Kitty, Kitty. You want to see what we're doing?
There will be opportunities for it in the future, but we'll have to do it on purpose most likely.
Kitty.
We can do a cat pet break. No? No. Okay. Cat doesn't want pets. I mean, is it worth going back to max out our bravery? I feel like that would be fun, just to have an extra maxed stat and see what the heck the perk is gonna be. I think I kind of want to see where this goes though, so I guess let's just go for it. We might still get enough bravery from exploration. Do we get enough bravery from... Maybe. I forget how many... I forget how much bravery we get from exploring during Glow. The final next step being bravery does have fun thematic resonance, yeah. Working on the turrets is a bit of trial and error, but you figure it out. You fix the jammed one, grease the rest, and adjust their programming so they don't shoot quite so fast. After a few years out in the elements, they're getting some wear and tear, and old machines need to be operated more delicately. You suggest that Rhett requisition some crews to build shelters for the turrets. Rhett is impressed by your handiwork and transfers you a few extra kudos. Okay, colony defense is definitely good. I actually kind of wonder what ours is looking like right now. Okay, so we get a 4 there. I never remember how these locked ones interact with other cards. Like, if I do this, is that gonna... No. Like, there are certain things that can override stuff, but very rarely. And I don't quite understand how or when. Like, this one is also not gonna work. Oh, that one works! That's kind of freaky. Okay. Well, that's interesting. What is that going to end up being? 6. Okay. Well, we just barely get it. Do we want to go for a... I feel like we can do better than that. Well, that's something, I guess. Sure. That's a lot of engineering. Too bad it's already maxed out. Here, let's check. Let's check what we get for exploring. This is +2 bravery, but I don't remember if we can increase that with, what's our non-buff bravery at? It was at 96. So I don't know if we can increase that with various bonuses. That's +1 to mental skills, but that's not going to help us. I don't remember if there's any events that give bravery out there. I'm gonna be honest, one of the main reasons I want to go exploring again is to see one more time if we can find Sim. I know he's probably dead at this point, but, like, you never know. What if he can, like, only regenerate during glow or something? We have to know. I don't remember either. I don't think there is, actually. We could go back to the save we did for this purpose. Yeah, I think we should do that. Oh, wait. Shit. Well, I think that did not work. Is it because I interacted with stuff? What happened? Oh. Was it because I interacted with this? Oh boy. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's not really the end of the world. That's not something I was aware happened, I will be real. I mean, all we're really missing is the perk. I don't know if the perk is that much worth it. The game has spoken, I guess, yeah. It's fine. It's not a huge deal. Unless, like, the perk is something absolutely mind-blowing. Especially since after this, we're probably just gonna go into endgame, like, not exactly cutscene, but, like, you know what I mean. Whatever the perk is, we're likely not really gonna have much of a chance to take advantage of it anyway. So, yeah. It's probably not that bad. Lots of stuff, although... I mean, we're not gonna have much of a chance to give people stuff, but we can still use it in card game mode. Can we max anyone else? Nemi, unfortunately, is not happening. Rex is actually very close too, but I think that's also not happening. A whole 29 with Sim. We could... Is there a thing for 30? Because we could probably hit 30. I feel so sad about Sin. Is Vase even around though? I don't think I saw him. Hmm. Vase, the one time we want to see you. Oh no, there they are. They're still in their regular spot. Alright. Give you another device. But we don't get a thing. Well, I think it's only at 40. Oh well, we're not hitting 40. It might be that it's timed out. As in, like, I'm too late in the game to do stuff? Or maybe, like, you need to get it... It might be that you only triggered the events on the month after you hit it? Yeah, you're too late in the timeline for the event to be available. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, should we give people stuff? Maybe not. I think at this point we might as well just save it for when we need it. You know. Not that I really use items very much, but some events reference things that are time sensitive, so they don't show up if you're slow. Oh, wow, really? That's interesting. I'm guessing it wouldn't time you out of, like, his entire, like... Or if you're too fast, it shows up later. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm guessing if we got, like, more friendship with him, we could potentially get later events. But just, like, the earlier ones would be skipped. Although I think at that point, if you're that far behind, you might not really have luck with the others either. I also kind of wanted to see the bestiary, because I haven't looked at that in a while. Look at all these crazy, creatures that we have information on now. What have we got? I'm not really gonna, like, read these out loud. We'll just take a look at them real quick. Huh. Pounce weasels are so funny. Part animal, part vegetable, part mineral. I didn't realize those things were dog-sized. Yeah, I remember the eye beasts. Pokedex is full, yeah. Dog size is really big. That's true. Dogs do come in a lot of sizes. But I assumed they were more like insect-sized. Even like the size of one of those giant moths, that's still much bigger, or rather, that's still much smaller than a dog of any kind. Lyre flower. I don't remember hearing about these. Your body's comprised almost entirely of dangerous weapons. Don't we know it? My own creature. Skull-shaped head is so funny. Like, what else is a head supposed to be shaped like? Our old nemesis. I think there's like an eyelash stuck in my eye. Oh boy. Our critter. Alright, well, let's sneak out, I guess. Our very last run. We really don't have a lot of stress points to work with this time, but... I don't think Sim is back, unfortunately. Very sad. But yeah, there really aren't a lot of events in Glow, so I think we'll be okay, even with our very limited stress. Let's just run through and try to get all the items and stuff before we do any events. Just because our stress is so limited today. No sign of our boy. Okay, so there's this event. I think it's just like the 3, basically. There's a way to go up here, too. Lots of crystals. Maybe we should be using crystals. Alright, well, let's go for it, I guess. Is this one going to do something interesting here on our very last month? I don't know, let's take some more samples. Why not? We've got 7 stress. We're at 71, so we have enough to work with. I think we can get everything. Was there something up here? I don't think there was. I think it was just crystals up here. Squeak! Squeak, squeak. Not yet. Timeline, I'm pretty sure this is the last glow our Solana's getting, yeah. Yeah, so there's these threads. I think these just don't give us anything, so we can probably just leave. Are these literally the only events? I guess we can get another wormhole card. I'll give us this one. The gem is pretty nice, I guess. The wormhole is maybe too good to pass up, though. So I guess let's get the wormhole card. Alright, well, I think we're done. Oops. Yeah. Alright, let's go for it, guys. It's time for the end. It is time. Literally 2 points off. Oh well. What's done is done. Alright, so presumably because this is the end of the game, are we gonna die somehow? Are we gonna, like, get sent back in time somehow? What is gonna happen? Oh, I'm nervous to find out, but we'll see, I guess. Did you guys hear the meow? Someone else is interested too. Alright. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. Our flash forward did seem end of colony-ish. True, but like I don't know if that flash forward is necessarily going to be exactly what happens, you know? Because that could be like one of many possible options. And I don't know if that's what we're gonna get this time. I think I speculated at one point, like, maybe the first run always ends in the same way, which is that scene. But given our experience with the whole plague thing, it does seem like there are multiple ways to go out. So, I don't think that's the case. So I guess we'll see if... Oh, cat, please move. I guess we'll see if our ending matches that flash forward cutscene from the start of the game. There's only so long you can handle sheltering in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning the tree line for the first sign of trouble. You're there when you see them, dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest's edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, it must be in the thousands, more animals than you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures, darting in and among the legs of... No. Oh no. Oh god, what is it? Is it just gonna be faceless, or is it gonna be like those giant things that like stretch up into the clouds or something? Ah, it's just more faceless. The forest bends as a faceless emerges from its depths, followed by two more. The mood on the walls is discouraged. One faceless destroyed your colony. Two faceless required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to be able to handle 3? Well, we're gonna try. Fight. Survival is your only goal. It's what all living creatures do. The wave of attackers rolls over the firebreak, crashing against the walls. Flying creatures scream overhead, and the sound of plas rifle fire fills the air. Too bad Lum used all those explosives already, yeah. You rush toward the garrison to join the squads. As you run, you notice, oh hell yeah, we did it. Colony defends less than 5. 5 and 10 and over 10. Nice. We're all good. The colony is well defended. As you run, you take pride in how swiftly the defenders have rallied to protect the colony. After 9 years, it really feels like you have a handle on how to defend against these animal attacks. The effort everyone's put into shoring up your defenses hasn't gone to waste. This battle is definitely going in your favor. We've been keeping up and stuff, yeah. You're descending from the walls when you're thrown to the ground by a tremendous rumble. A few meters in front of you, something tunnels toward you through the mud. You have the impression of something long and dark that cuts through the ground like a shark through water. You scramble to your feet, but it cuts off your path, forcing you towards a geoponics outbuilding. It's a storage shed, mostly empty besides bales of hay used as float cow feed. It's dimly lit, but you think you see another door at the far end. The creature advances, throwing up rocks and chunks of dirt as it tunnels closer. I think we can do a combat challenge. It's a hard one, but I think we can manage. Oh, we got some nice cards. Oh boy, we got lots of these. So that's gonna be a 7. I don't want to waste this on here, but we can probably use that one. 28 on the first round is not that bad. These are good cards. I mean, that's annoying, but whatever. We have a bunch of 6s, although this... No, that doesn't count as a 6. I mean, we could do something like this and turn that into a 6. Is that worth it? Oh, wait. Oh, god damn it. Okay, hang on. Hang on, what do we do? Oh, we disconnected. Yeah, we just disconnected for a couple seconds. It's alright. Yeah, we have plenty of items that we can potentially use. 667. I mean, we can maybe do another 6 for something like that. That's kind of fun. We can turn that into an 8 also if we want. Yeah, why not? Let's use a log. When else are we going to use logs? That gives you 42, which is more than halfway. Yeah, for sure. We're doing great. We're going to get this, no problem. Yeah, 27. We're fine. Let's see what we can do with our gems. The +7 is so good. Let's try taking that out. Oh, but we have a bazillion mental cards. I don't think we can do this without mental cards, so whatever. And anyway, we got a pair of 3s here, so that's fine. Hell, we can even do another 3. Here we can. And that becomes a straight, because this is a value wild. Honestly, we could have bought the fidget spinner with our current build. We have so many wild cards. I don't remember what the fidget spinner does. And honestly, do we really have that many wild cards? I feel like maybe we're just getting lucky and getting like all of our wild cards in one go. We do have a fair number of them, yeah. And we also have a bunch of things that turn neighbors into wild cards. Okay. I think that's good, right? Apparently not. Best score is 72. Goddamn. I thought I was doing pretty well there. More colony defense. I wonder if we could potentially get some more bravery and get it up at the very, very end. Hang on, I need another drink. You grab a rake and back into the doorway to wait for the monster to emerge. As it rears up and thrusts a long black snout out of the ground, you stab the rake down into it, dispatching it. Before you even have time to be relieved, you spot a second one tunneling toward you. You take another step back into the storehouse and feel heat. The building is on fire. Fidget spinner makes all blue and by extension wild cards into wild value cards. Oh, wow. Because we do also just have a lot of blue cards. We have a lot of blue cards. Not as much as red cards, but a lot. Well, we're at 100% stress anyway. Look, guys, we can't do anything but relax. The dry thatch roof quickly ignites and rains flaming debris down on your head, filling the room with toxic smoke. The ashy heat is intense. You can feel it ripping the moisture from your lungs with every breath. You rush for the rear door, but the fire moves so fast. You're trapped as a roof beam collapses in front of you. You hear a cracking noise, then just pain and a noise like a bell. The world goes dark. Welp! You wake to chaos. A confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. Yeah, I think this might be the scene from the beginning of the game. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here, or what in Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Honestly, I really wish the game had done more of these, like, little animated scenes. I don't think we've had really any of them, apart from this. So Lum didn't even die. Come on, game, I needed this one thing. I guess we'll see. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Hello, Nemi. Help me. Aww. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lung full of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Like the different nicknames across timelines are blending together. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, it's a creature. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? Wait, hold on. You remember this from another life. Not a dog. A monster. It's about to end your life, and probably Nemi's too. She tightens her grip on you. Huh. Oh, also, I froze, no. Wait, that's interesting. Wait. Oh, I was like, I don't actually have 100 bravery, but yeah, with the thing I do. I actually have 100 in all of these, right? Yeah, we can actually do whichever one we want. Goddamn. We have all of the options in one run. Brain trainer, yeah. Honestly, the brain trainer is only giving us 2 points in bravery. The rest of that we got on our own. Brain trainer ain't shit. Seriously though, the brain trainer really is very useful, but we did this ourselves, okay? And honestly, if we didn't have the brain trainer, we totally could have gotten the 100 bravery. Alright, what do we want to do? I feel like we want to fight it. We've been mostly just fighting things. I mean, we are, like, super injured right now, but I'm assuming these all have, like, the same chance of success. It's just a matter of which one you can actually get. So let's just fight it, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. You shout a warning and push Nemi to one side as you dive to the other. The beast roars and transforms into a towering horror. A thing that has haunted your dreams for years. But you're ready for it. You realize you've been ready for it your whole life. You distract the creature by hurling a piece of debris, which it catches midair and grinds into bits with its powerful jaws. This gives Nemi time to get close and zap it with her stun gloves. While the creature's immobilized, you jump in and finish it off with your plas cutter. You emerge from the inferno of the shed, burned and concussed, but alive. Anemone smiles. It's good to be alive. You have your wounds tended in the med bay. Other soldiers there are in much worse shape, but at least the battle is over. Oh, well, we were briefly injured, but not anymore. Is this a win state? We'll see. Your defenses held through the largest attack to date, with no casualties at all. The colony really came together to push back the Xenos once again. You feel a certain amount of pride for your part in it. Someday you'll find a way to beat these monsters, once and for all. But for now, you're just happy you've survived to live another day. And that day is... no casualties, apparently. Well, what is gonna happen now, though? This was indeed our year, yeah. I mean, no, we lost Sim, so that doesn't count. But other than that, we were pretty darn close. Your birthday! By the time you've recovered, the suns have returned. It's your 20th birthday. Huh. What the heck is gonna happen? Almost our year. The very big almost. You're a fully fledged adult now. Though, in many ways, you already were, and have been for a long time. You and your friends step out to greet the new day, and start the rest of your life on Rotunda. The end. Wow. We survived. We actually survived. You reached your 20th birthday. Oh, there I am. Explorer. With my little glider. It looks like a croissant. That's pretty funny. I was preparing for a tragedy. Me too. There's a whole planet out there to explore, and you intend to see every corner of it. It's a dangerous planet out there, but also full of endless frontiers and new discoveries to make. Oh, that's interesting. That depends on your rebellion level. Okay. I didn't know we could do that in the first run, yeah. You eventually become Utopia's second surveyor, and the two of you run things together for many years. She counts on your knowledge and your level head to ensure that future explorers stay safe while also respecting the planet. To be fair, we were quite close to the whole ecocide thing, yeah. What about... Who are we gonna see? Aw, look at Cal. Your friend Cal grew up, but he never lost his boyish charm. Cal soon rises to the role of chief cultivator. The responsibility of feeding the colony is enormous. Cal isn't good with confrontation or pushing people as hard as your mom famously did. On years when drought or pests threaten the food supply, you often see him looking haggard. He deals with a lot of stress, and it ages him quickly. But his kind nature means he never takes it out on other people or wants them to worry about him. He's a lot like your dad that way. Aww. I'm actually getting emotional. He's so sweet. He has a string of intense romantic relationships, and eventually settles down with one of the gardeners who grew up on the heliopause before transferring to geoponics. She's as dependable and friendly as he is, though as you get to know her on your weekly family dinners, you're often reminded of Anemone by the way she teases him. Aww. Together they have a tidy little sum of children, and that's the only tidy thing about them. The children grow up digging in the dirt, eating bugs, nearly getting mauled by farm equipment, and having a great time being kids. Cal dotes on every one of them. Cal himself never gives up on trying to convince people to live in harmony with Rotunda. Though his family is his source of strength, he struggles with the violence that's necessary for the colony to survive here. In his 50s, he was killed while defending geoponics during an attack. You grieve him deeply for many years. Oh, no! No, I didn't know these were gonna be tragic, too! What about... Chief Engineer Tangent has a nice ring to it. It always seemed like Tangent's life was laid out for her. Work hard, discover amazing things, and eventually replace Instance as Chief Engineer. However, after only a year on the council, Tangent surprises everyone by stepping down. We came prepared for tragedy, yeah. We got it, but not in the way we expected, I guess. She says that she simply doesn't have time to run engineering and do her research. But you know the truth. She doesn't want to be used like Instance was. Her brush with genocide made her realize she needed to think more about the repercussions of her actions. We changed things! Instead, she contents herself with being a regular researcher, quietly pushing the boundaries of medical science and having a hand in every major discovery. She trains up new researchers in every discipline, passing on everything she learned from Instance and everything since. It's an unremarkable life for someone as impossibly promising as Tangent. She seems happy. She smiles more often, and has more time to spend with you, and gets more than enough sleep every night. Finally a twin with less intensity. I know, we did it! I'm so proud of her! Her love life remains fairly private, though she's not as frigid as she always claimed. You hear from the colony gossips that she carries on with a string of casual relationships, mostly with other scientists, mostly women. She donates genetic material to a number of children. She doesn't choose to raise any of her own. She's quite picky about their genetic enhancements, obsessing over any markers of anxiety or depression that run in her family. But ultimately her children grow up healthy and in loving families, far removed from Tang's own childhood. It's a bittersweet reminder for her. Oh. Tang lives and dies in the shadow of what she almost caused to happen on Vertumna. Knowing that she almost killed every living thing on the planet weighs heavily on her for the rest of her days. Yeah. Unfortunately, even with genetic alteration, the human body was not made to withstand long periods without sleep. And Tangent's willful negligence in taking care of herself certainly doesn't help. She develops a heart condition in her early 60s that outpaces the healing capacity of the med beds, and it eventually takes her life. What about... Your friend Dis keeps on exploring. He never really finds himself on the right side of colony authority, but he's the best surveyor in expeditions. Utopia defends him as best she can. He spends more and more time outside the colony walls, even during Glow, when the colony is supposed to be locked down. This earns him some distrust from the more militant factions in the colony. What is he doing out there? Who is he meeting? Utopia's word keeps him out of trouble, but it isn't enough to keep Dis from frequently being hauled in for questioning. Dis grows to resent the colony more and more every year. Oh no. This does not sound very nice. I feel like after all the, stuff we did with Dis, you would think that we managed to at least win him a nice ending, but it's not sounding very good so far. In his late 20s, he disappears during an unscheduled expedition past the Resting Ridges. Utopia leads the rescue attempt with you by her side. You're worried for him at first, but Utopia seems pretty calm, almost as if she doesn't expect, or want, to find anything. She reports that he's disappeared without a trace, and it's just the darndest thing. You'll always wonder if he's out there somewhere. The bomb, too? No. Well, that's sad. I hoped we would get to, spend more time together. But I guess you can't tie him down. What about? God damn it. With the dog jokes again. Your buddy Rex grows from good boy to good man. This game. He continues to work hard on the bar, turning it into the place he always dreamed, where people can come and unwind from a long day, enjoy some libations, dance their butts off, and maybe even find love. We might need to find a more rebellious route if we want to make Dis stick around, for sure, yeah. One with more alien follicles. Man. We need to figure out how to save Sim. He gets a reputation for being a matchmaker. In a small colony, there aren't a lot of romantic options, but Rex has an eye for figuring out who would be a good match together. Giving Rex a kiss for luck becomes a tradition among those looking for love. And if some people find something a little more temporary than love with Rex, that's their business. I do find it wild that's the 100 friendship, no bomb ending for him, though. Like, what else are we supposed to do? I know, right? Rex just wants to have fun, and he doesn't discriminate. Saying he enjoys a string of lovers implies he's consecutive in his affections. It's really more like a big puppy pile of lovers. Sometimes when he tells you about his not-so-romantic adventures, you have to beg him to stop just because it's too confusing. Rex insists it's not complicated at all, and it's kind of true. He's so easygoing that it just seems to work for him. He still loves the idea of having kids, and contributes to a few of his own. He keeps up good relationships with his co-parents, and spends a lot of time with his children. In the colony, there's no stigma against single parenthood, and his children all grow up loving their great dad, even if he doesn't live with them. Aww. You will learn in time, said ominously, by the way. Oh no. Rex always seems abundantly happy with his lot in life, like crashing on Vertumna was the best thing that ever happened to him. It's remarkable that the heliopause could have made someone like him, but you're glad it did. Aw. He slows down a little as time goes on, mellowing out and becoming more quiet in his self-confidence. He confides in you that his dog genes will probably mean that his life will be a little shorter than the average human's, but that he wouldn't trade any minute of it. Why are these all making me sad? Also, I think this is going down in reverse order of friendship points here. Is this just the game's hard mode and we accidentally jump straight into that by going with him as the childhood friend? Maybe. Yeah, I could definitely see him being one of the harder ones to like get good endings for. Strong and true, Nemi sticks by your side, one of your most trusted friends. She may be friendly towards all, but few people really know her like you do. Everyone is surprised when she retires from active duty. She trained so hard. What could possibly have convinced her to give up her passions? It all becomes clear when she and Vase announce her pregnancy a few weeks later. No! It's Endgame! The worst timeline. Well, we'll see. I have a faint hope that Vase might maybe, like, mellow out a little bit in adulthood and become less of an asshole, but it's a very faint hope. Vase, and now Nemi, apparently, are big proponents of what they call a balanced family, with Vase protecting the home from outside, and Nemi raising it up from within. It's strange to see such a stubborn girl acting so docile and doting, but she seems determined to make it work. And her mom is overjoyed to see Nemi following in her footsteps. That does not sound good. Like, look, there's nothing wrong with a family where, you know, the big strong man goes out to, you know, provide for the family and then the woman is a housewife, but like Nemi really didn't seem the type, so this makes it sound like she's just doing that for Vase and not because it's actually what she wants to do. That one moment of gender equality from Vase meant nothing. Yeah. God damn. What? Yikes. Yikes, big yikes. However, as the years pass, you begin to see cracks form in Nemi's happy household. Vase's overbearing nature really leaps out when he has her trapped with 3 of his kids under their roof, insisting he doesn't want his kids to be raised in some hippie crèche like Nemi was. Oh, I am going to strangle that man. Eventually, their relationship takes a turn for the worst. Nemi shows her physical wounds on her skin, but it's harder to see the emotional ones. When she flees to your quarters late one night with bruises, you welcome her in and give her all the support you wished you could have given her all those long years she couldn't see. Ooh, boy. Divorce arc, yeah, well... The children are raised in the creche, though Nemi doesn't go back to defense. Instead, she starts up the sports ball teams again, finding her joy in teaching the next generation of athletes like Khan taught her. Oh no, I'm gonna cry! Poor Nemi. Oh, this is so sad. Despite her scars, Nemi lives a long, happy life, becoming something of a cool aunt figure to everyone who crosses her sports ball pitch. Oh, poor Nemi. Well, at least she gets there eventually. It sounds like she does, you know, get fulfilled when she's like gets away from fucking Vase, who apparently only got worse instead of better. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything else from him. No! I'm actually gonna cry! Okay, he better come back, okay? He better come back. Oh my god, I'm like actually gonna cry. Okay, I need a moment. Whew. We're okay. Your brief time with the mysterious gardener named Sim changed you forever. I'm actually gonna cry. He changed the way you saw the planet for Tumna, and he changed the way you saw your own people. Fuck! You came to understand the place that humans had in this world, and in any ecosystem. That you are as much a part of it as any plant, or bird, or bug. For years, you often imagine you see Sim out there, ducking behind a mush tree crown, or slipping into the forest, just as you turn your head to look. Each time you think you hear his gentle laughter on the wind, you feel at peace. It's as if he's still out there somewhere watching over you. His special human. Fuck! This game! Alright, hang on, I need some tissues. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one's gonna just make me cry even harder. Maybe there's a route where we can make Vase bearable. I guess we'll see. Your dad never really recovers from your mom's death. He tries, but his smile just isn't the same. He continues to carry the weight of feeding the colony on his shoulders, ranching and farming and analyzing new native plants, trying to find better ways for humanity to thrive on Vertumna. The attacks on the colony destroy his progress every year, and the stress ages him prematurely. You watch your father grow weaker under the strain, until one day a sudden heart attack claims him in the field. He worked hard every day to see Vertumna flourish, but you have to go on without him. I'll always be with you, in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, and in the cycle of life that sustains you. Your Hawkeye is a good companion, but you're no replacement for its own species. When a herd of Hawkeye roam close enough to the colony, release it back into the wild. And a few years later, you're greeted one morning by a whole litter of Hawkeye kittens outside your door, and Mrs. Hoppington, proudly showing off their family. Aww. You know, I'm beginning to think Tangent has a point about heart attack risks. I guess so. Yikes. This keeps happening. Your Riki grows from the size of a small dog to the size of a bear, becoming more and more unwieldy, and more terrifying to small children. Before the council can force you to do anything about your arachnid octopus friend, Riki Tiki just disappears. You look everywhere in the colony for it, but your answer comes from outside the wall. A new Riki nursery tree. Soon the colony's host to many curious Riki pups who call your Riki Tiki home. Aww. And in my later years, the days turn to months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, you're old. Life is tough, but rewarding. With your strong defenses, the colony becomes a fortress against the untamed wilds of the planet Vertumna. Expansion is slow and difficult, but the hunting squads keep the local xenofauna down. You even start a second colony a few hundred clicks away, and humanity begins to get a real foothold on the planet. Gone are the days where you worry that humanity will be wiped off the map for good, but it's still far from the utopian paradise you were promised. This is your home, for better or worse. You do what you can to make it a good one. Eventually, death comes to you, as it does to everyone. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? Yeah, and we've seen her before. They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you. Only ancient. Her arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving her mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. She smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? But there are so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I could have done better. There was a girl. We were young together. Tammy, with the cotton candy hair. We did keep the cotton candy, didn't we? Such a shame to see a life snuffed out so young. She gives you a look, as if to say you were somehow responsible for this. Wait, were you? Could you have saved her? We have a chance to take another path, to change the way your life turned out. She reaches out a hand. Come with me. We go with them. After everything we accomplished, I tried would have felt like false modesty. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Tammy dying as a lynchman for something significant. Yeah, we got Explorer and we got the Transcended Time. Chivos is funny. The sim passed upon is so funny. No, do not show me that. We have a couple of places that we have not seen. Ooh, these are probably in the other area, the like swamp that we never went to. I do remember one of our flash forwards had us living with a partner, and that partner was absolutely a grown-up Tammy. we got. There's plenty more we have yet to see. Alright, well. Is Tammy this a lot of time collectives OTP? Maybe. Alright. Well. Oh man, it'll be hard to start something new after all that, but it is pretty early, so I think we should move on to our next life. And I think I can bring this back now. Alright, let me get some water after that. That was a lot. Man, I still feel so bad for poor Nemi. We need to do more to break them up. I don't know if we really can. Apart from, like, romancing her ourselves. Okay, well, no, there is also the thing of... Yeah, we have to prevent the vase timeline from happening. But I think if we can save Calm, I think that would really help. Because he has a lot of influence on her, and I don't think he would be down with this. Calm is savable. She doesn't go hard authoritarian. Yeah, exactly. Alright, well. Start your new life. That was playthrough 1. Now we have our own future sight that isn't just vague visions. I guess we'll see what that does. I mean, yeah, I think we're fine on the... what's it? On the content warnings. First goal I vote, save Tammy, or gather Tammy saving information. Yeah, for sure. I think we can kind of speed through this, seeing as we literally just saw it. The game begins for real. I think we'll just keep going with Solana. It's just what I'm used to at this point. Yeah, let's go with that, whatever. Wait, is this new? I don't remember doing this last time. The doll does sound... We did have a doll at some point. Is new? Yes. Ooh. Your earliest memories are of your 4th birthday. There's a big cake with a neat hollow effect that looks like fire. But when you reach out to touch it, all you get is a handful of icing. Yummy! Your favorite present is... Alright, what do we want? Well, the thing is, I don't know what kind of run we want to do next. I think the problem with this game is I don't know how many runs we're gonna end up doing. And I think part of that comes down to what this, you know, the new, whatchamacallit, like, what the gameplay is going to be like now that we've done one playthrough? Are we skipping the 0 parts? Is that what this is doing? No, I think this is a, this is gear. So, the thing is, like, depending on how the gameplay goes, I don't know, like, if we have to go through all of the, like, simulations, like, the life sim stuff and all of the deck building stuff and all of the card games for the entire 10 years, that's a lot. And I feel like it's gonna get old. Like, I don't think I can do that for too many runs. So, you know, depending on how many shortcuts the future playthroughs give us, I think we might have to be strategic about which playthroughs we try to do. Because this isn't the kind of game where I'm just gonna go through and do, like, every single possible combination of stuff. That just seems completely unfeasible here. Anyway. You can turn off the card games to make it go faster. That is incredible. I might actually have to do that. I think for this second run, I might be okay with still doing the card games, maybe? But that's actually really great. Thank you for letting me know. I'm probably gonna end up doing that at some point. Alright. So I guess if you turn off the card games, it, actually, I think I remember someone saying that it, like, becomes a, essentially like a skill check, where it's, like, some kind of random thing? Or does it just, like, auto-win stuff? Or how does it work? Well, anyway, I think we'll find out about that later, so let's just move on for now. I guess let's take the gardening trowel. Sure, why not? I've never tried it myself, actually. I just know it's a thing. Okay. You don't really need trowels for hydroponics, but someday you'll be on a planet with real dirt. For now, you get to play in a nice, clean silicon sand pile and help your mom pick hydroponic strawberries. Aww. From as early as you can remember, yeah, you've had vivid dreams and you see the future. You can also make the card games harder if you feel like it. I see. You often ask for Tales of Earth, a place you've only seen in holovids. Your dad doesn't want to talk about it. How about we save that for another time, he'll say. Or maybe when you're older. He prefers made-up stories. Your favorite is Sir Knight and Princess Petticoats, superhero justice warriors, Future Dog and the Space Cadets. That sounds amazing, actually. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Future Dog can turn into a light beam that the cadets can ride on. They have adventures in the farthest reaches of space. Kind of like you. Aww. Alright. What do we get? I think the +1 skill is pretty good. I think I might get one of the +1 skills. But again, I don't really know what we want to focus on this run. Oh. Why do we have... Oh, well, we have the +5 biology, yeah, but, like... We start with some stuff. Is that because of what we did last run? Or... is it... What's that from? How does seeing first signs of enhancement work for extra fingers? Do they just... yeah, I think they just, like, start growing in. You get inherent bonuses from the choices you make during... I'm assuming that's like character generation? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Like the trowel additionally gave you +5 biology as an inherent thing in addition to the +5 gear bonus from the trowel. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. I don't know. What kind of playthrough should we go for? I kind of want to go for a social skills playthrough just because our social skills were so trash last time. like, I feel like especially towards the end, we really didn't have a lot of social checks, which kind of makes me feel like those stats aren't as important. Like, we were having, you know, engineering checks and stuff, like, pretty late in the game for, like, high stakes stuff. I wonder if, like, if we did more of a social skills playthrough, we would be getting into scenarios where we need social skills instead? How do the extra fingers help you with social checks? That's a good question, really. Why is that the stat allocation? I don't know. Hmm. So I guess the question is whether we want this playthrough to, like, attempt to be, you know, let's try to fix everything that went wrong last time, or if we want it to be, let's try to explore a lot of options that we didn't get to see last time, so that the time after that, we've kind of explored a broader space and can therefore navigate the options more effectively and have a better chance then. I think it can be a little of both, for sure. So I think let's try to do things differently, and then if we end up in, you know, similar situations, we'll try to fix them. Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure the famine is still gonna happen, and we're still gonna have to try to save our mom. So we're still obviously gonna do that. If we want to save Tammy, at least we have to figure out what the fuck happened, for sure. I think my main priority for this run is going to be figuring out what caused a lot of the mysterious things that we didn't understand last time. I think that'll be the first step in figuring out how to make things right. We want to find out what happened to Tammy, what happened to Hal, even what happened to what's his face, Tonin. Obviously, we'll try our best to save Mom. We'll try our best to still save Dad. But probably not give Tangent her hop eyes. I don't really know what we can do for Sim. Because that just came out of nowhere. Like, absolutely nowhere. Kind of assume Tonin is also a domino. Yeah, I think saving Tammy is potentially going to change a lot of things. So I guess last time we didn't really have any context in what happened to Tammy and how we could potentially save her. So I think there's going to potentially be something similar. Oh, the vibe I get is losing Tammy made him a lot more reckless / hopeless than he otherwise would be. That would make sense, yeah. Yeah, so hopefully at some point we can also find some clues for how we can save Sim too. Although it's not like that wasn't really, you know, a mysterious situation where we don't know what happened. Like, we know what happened, but yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll have to try some options, have to figure it out. I wonder if, like, if you manage to get to 100, don't talk to him on clips. I guess so, but I kind of feel like, okay, first of all, when we talked to him, like, he was already in a pretty dire situation where it seemed like he would have died if we didn't try to help him. Question marks? So I don't know if this game would do a thing where he can, like, die off screen if you don't interact with him. I don't know. But yeah, I was gonna say, I'm wondering if, like, if you manage to get to 100 friendship with him, that could save him. But then the question is, how do you do that? Because he seems to only advance in friendship. Yeah, like, the event triggers because of the talking, probably. Yeah, like, that's the question. Like, does it happen invisibly without you interacting with him? Or does it only happen if you interact with him? But yeah, what I was saying about his friendship was that it seems to go up just by itself every year. So I wonder if the only way to get to 100 friendship with him is to unlock him earlier. But I don't know how to do that. Oh, you know what, actually? You know what? We might be able to just talk to him if we, depending on how many memories we carry over, we might be able to talk to him in that really early event where we just, like, catch a glimpse of him. Like, if Solana keeps more memories this time and, like, is more aware of him, we can potentially try to meet him much earlier in the timeline. Worth attempting, yeah. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on too. All right, having a drink. You've heard that long ago, having a sixth finger would have been something you'd hide or even remove. But Antecedent says some of the best musicians back on Earth have the gene for extra fingers, just like you. You're also very good at making crafts, which you do with your friend. Should we just go with Tammy, since we're, like, gonna try to save her and hopefully keep her around and hopefully interact with her more? I vote Tammy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Tammy or Mars, first of all, because we're trying to do more social stuff this time, and second of all, because we just didn't do too well with Mars last time, so I want to get more of her stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go Tammy. Oh boy, our creativity's, like, already way up. When you're 8, Tammy wants to bake a special cake for Antecedent, who runs the creche. It has to be a real earth carrot cake with real carrots, because that's Auntie's favorite. Tammy needs help getting carrots from the gardens where your parents work. You? I feel like we should ask Dad for the carrots. Your dad's always easy to persuade. Look at us getting all this persuasion. We're gonna, like, very quickly reach our previous persuasion level. Your dad's always easy to persuade. He asks why you need the carrots and grins when you tell him it's a secret. He slips you some carrots and reminds you not to tell your mom. The cake comes out okay, but Antecedent is grateful anyway. The stealing option may be necessary if we need to do a rebellion, yeah. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. I wonder if there are other Vertumnas then, if they're numbered. Because I know we've mentioned, like, a Vertumna group or whatever, which is, you know, some sort of alliance that your colonies, like, you know, hippie community is part of or whatever. The Space Puritans, as we say. It might be the solar system. Yeah, probably. It basically means it's the 4th planet from the sun, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. Single file, everyone! Professor Hal instructs you to follow him. You've dreamed of this day ever since you were in diapers. It's one of your earliest memories, even though it hasn't happened yet. As the ship passes through the wormhole, the shields will fail. If you don't recalibrate them, your parents' hydroponics farms will be lost. Oh my gosh, can we actually save the hydroponics? That would be crazy. Like, if we were to describe Earth, if it was still in another system, we'd call it Sol 3. Oh, interesting. Damn, we can fuck up the famine event early. Yeah, I mean, we have to try. Can I, as a 10-year-old, recalibrate the shields? I guess we'll try. No! Huh. I wonder how we get that. Presumably there's like some specific event we have to hit in a previous life to get this. That's really interesting. You give Professor Hal the slip, a move you've practiced for this day, and rush to the engine wing, past confused adults who try to stop you. You find the nearest congruence terminal. Help me, congruence! I hope you can do it without, like, me having to have the access code. Congruence event, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Congruence brushes you off. Almost all her considerable processing power is going towards making sure the wormhole doesn't destroy the stratospheric. And you don't know how to make her do what you want. You yell and beg her to help you, but it's no use. Oh no. Ship enters the wormhole while you're still trying to talk to her. Blackout, just like you always do. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking has stopped, and hear your parents' worried voices. Put route access on the list of perfect run needs, yep. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. Drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. Right, I think you did it. Hell yeah. Should we try to take things a little bit more cautiously this time? Alright, here we are. Alright. I'm like not gonna, generally try to read out things that we've probably already read. I might accidentally miss some things that we have read, so sorry. I will try to keep track. You're gonna live this time, Tammy. Is anyone else out? There's Dad. Every time I do a new playthrough, just after completing an old one, I get like, good lord, we're so small. Yeah, we're so teeny tiny. It just has a regular name on that notice board. What the fuck, rat? Sure, we love Dad. What's outside the walls? It's my birthday. Should we tell people we know things? Why not? An accident, but okay, we have studies. Let's be a spooky oracle this time, sure. Little baby Dust, he's so tiny. So tiny. You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall. Something enormous and dark and wriggly. Yeah, we know what that is. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, there are monsters. He doesn't like that. I'm sorry, Diz. I think we did that exact same thing last time. So small, so not building a bomb. Yep. Teeny tiny. What are you making? Just
Techno spirals, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in medbay.
Why aren't you in school? Yeah. Yeah, we need Tang rules for him. He reacts bad to straightforward affection, yeah. Well. We're gonna try to study some more humanities this time. I do think, we've probably seen this, like, first humanities event. What the Rotumna colony means to you. Also, when you start getting real familiar with things, I think there's some kind of option to skip text you've already seen. Yeah, I remember seeing that in the options. I think we're just gonna doodle. Rebellion. True to his word, Hal leans back in his chair and begins to snore. I doubt he'll even bother reading this assignment, so you just practice drawing made-up animals on your hollow palm instead. When Hal wakes from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essays to the class. You're docked a few kudos when he discovers you didn't bother to do the assignment. I lost 5 of my non-existent kudos. He thinks your animals are pretty cool, though. Aw, that's sweet. Okay, yes, we have already seen all this. Alright, let's see. We want to get a whole 4. I think we can do that. We don't even get a super goal. I don't think we can get any better than this, though. Yeah, that's maximum. Ooh, we get delusions from that. Yeah, sure, why not? This has all happened before! You tell them how you knew about the medallion your dad made before you saw it, because you dreamed about it when you were a kid. The more you speak, the harder it is to stop. You tell them about all the things you thought were just dreams, and how they've started to come true ever since you landed on Rotumna. You keep remembering stuff that's about to happen, and it's all so weird and confusing. Do you remember what month the Tammy death happened in? Not specifically, no. Honey, your mom interrupts you. I know you've been under a lot of stress. We all have. She sighs and gives your dad a concerned look. He shrugs helplessly. I'm so sorry we haven't been there for you, she continues. But is it possible you think you might be making this up to get attention? No, it's real! You try to stay calm and explain, but you keep talking faster and faster. Before long, your breath is coming in hiccups and you start to cry uncontrollably. Your parents don't know what to say. All they can do is hold you tight and stroke your head. Of course they don't believe you, and you can't think of a way to prove it to them. When you've calmed down a bit, you hear them talking quietly to each other over your head. She did have a bad concussion. Maybe there was brain damage. What if our baby... They look so anxious and pained now. You feel even worse than before. I could check the VOD if you want a specific heads up. I think we can figure it out. They insist that you go back to see Dr. Instance for a checkup and take you there immediately. You end up spending another month in med bay. Dr. Instance insists on giving you sleeping medicine that makes you drowsy, but at least you aren't just asleep the entire time like before. It takes a lot of health readings. You take notes too, and learn a bit about medicine, because there's nothing else to do. It's boring and stressful at the same time. Your parents come to visit you in the evening, but nobody wants to talk about the dreams, or memories, or whatever they are. Or were. You've been sleeping deeply with this medicine, so at least you haven't had that remembering feeling in a while. When you try to bring the subject up, Dr. Instance always says you should get more rest and tells the medbed to give you more sleeping drugs. Yikes. If you can just relax in the crèche with Tammy on that month, it could be enough to butterfly affect her from getting zapped, if that really was how she died, if it really was an accident. For sure, we definitely want to try to do that. The days pass. You feel trapped and helpless. Days blur into one another in a haze of sleep. In your lucid moments, you look longingly through the windows at the colony, bustling with the first excitement of life on a new planet. You realize that no one will believe you if you keep talking about living past lives. Or worse, you'll end up here again, wasting all your time sleeping. If you really are living this life over and over again, time is something you can't waste. You need to figure out what's happening. The downside is, if we're wrong about that being enough, we might just find ourselves witnessing it. Yeah, maybe. After a month of enforced rest, Dr. Instance says she can see nothing wrong with you, and that you must simply be feeling the effects of stress. You just need to take it easy, my little tomato, your dad tells you. Meow! Landing on Vertumna has been a big change for all of us. It's natural to feel anxious and act out. Your mom looks disappointed, but tells you she loves you. Time to be an effective spooky oracle. Yeah, I guess we'll see if that's possible. I'm sorry, I won't act out anymore. You know, your dad says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby, by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, but you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment. That means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. Yeah, so we get to do our own thing now. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. Yeah, I remember having this one. The plate of hash browns is safe. A grown-up Tammy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. Chased by monsters the size of buildings. Yeah. There's stuff. Alright. Need a break soon. Yeah, I'm stressed. 95 stress. We'll make our own list. That's what we did last time, too. Oh, that's sweet that we did get friendship for that. Not enough toughness. What is this? Look out, a ball is flying toward you. You flinch and jump out of the sports ball's way as it careens past your head. Oh, that was close. Anemone doubles over, laughing.
Nice save, Solana.
She giggles, jogging over to pick up the ball.
Not. Want me to show you how to do it?
Okay. Bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court. Proper regulation-sized court. Way bigger than the little zero-G one on the Stratospheric. Her brother Com is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. Heck yeah. Baby Dis. He's so cute. Everyone has things to say today. Yeah, let's give it a try. I'm gonna note if we want to explore early, we have to get the event where Dis shows us how to sneak out. Yeah, I think we need Dis friendship for that. So we are gonna have to try to hang out with him. Otherwise we can't even see Sim in that early event. That's true. The Tammy friendship, but also Dis friendship, yeah. I mean, I think I'm good. Hi, Mars. Job for me. Okay, sure, why not? Hi, the kitty is back. And if we don't cure the shimmer, Dad's probably gonna die, yeah. So with the shimmer thing, though, like, we started working on that pretty late, and we did fine. So I feel like that's pretty doable. Oh, yeah, like, I'm not too worried about the shimmer thing. I think mostly it was that during that year when we were working on the famine stuff, we got like a shit ton of biology, and that let us get through it. So it is doable. We do need to, I think we do need to get some biology up before then. But yeah. Soy sweets. We also went in the hole and got injured about it, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think this time we don't need to go in the hole. Like, we can go to the place and get the fungus, and then just leave. Did we, like, get anything from the hole, apart from injury? Like, it was great to go in the hole just to find out about it, but, like, now that we know what we know, I think it's okay to not go in the hole, probably. We're study partners. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. No matter how hard you tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up hopefully when she sees you.
Hello, Solana. I was hoping you could help me with some homework.
Hell yeah. -1 reasoning. Oh my god, she made us dumber!
Oh, thank you!
She bounces up and down. You spend a couple of hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat and one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets an answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though sometimes you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. This event is so funny. It is. Oh, poor Tammy. I mean, I do think, oh, that's really funny that we can do this. I do think Mars likes when you challenge her. So maybe we should ask for half. There's very few events in this game that lower your stats. This is one of them, yep. It's interesting that the head surveyor's daughter is so afraid of the outside. Yeah, for sure. Let's say I want half. The audacity! She glares at you and you stare back defiantly.
Okay, fine.
She eventually relents with a small smile.
You did fetch them and all.
We finally have persuasion. Might as well use the option. Yep. Yeah, see, she likes it. You split the box of soy sweets with Mars and sit to eat some with her. They're great.
Tammy's a good baker, Mars sighs, but I wish she wasn't so scared of everything here. Sure, the weather is gross, but it's not dangerous. Oh, right. Administrator Seek's looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, because, like, ew, running around out there? No. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you.
Heck yeah. Okay. So I think we've talked to everyone. I think maybe we should try to do some bravery if we can get these events and get some more stats with the disc that way. So engineering classes. Oh, I forgot engineering only requires reasoning 5. I thought it was more than that, but for now, I think we will study humanities. Because we were very much lacking in that last time. Yeah, so this gives a coin flip based on your agent skills. Change either option anytime in the settings menu. Okay. I mean, I think I only lost like one card challenge in my entire run. I feel like it's definitely more reliable to do the challenges yourself. Reasoning 5 is kind of a pain to get. That's 5 life science classes. Yeah, I guess so. Because this early in the game, we don't really have a lot of... We don't really like have any bonuses or anything. I could try to go for the straight, but I think this is probably a better way to go. We're gonna max out creativity really fast in this run, looks like. Okay, we definitely need to rest this time. We need to hang out with Dis. The standard game is very well balanced, I think. It's enough that you usually have to think a bit, but you win most encounters reliably, yeah. Tammy and Nomi would definitely get along if only we can get them to meet, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't do so well with the pollen, huh? Alright, oh, egg. We don't have our markers anymore. I really, really want to get our 100 persuasion, or not persuasion, 100 perception back at some point, because being able to just run around and skip things was so useful. Like, we're definitely still gonna need to explore stuff at some point, even if we're on a, like, slightly less exploration-heavy playthrough. Like, a lot of the stuff that you need for other quests can only be found by going out. Let's see. What do we want to do today? I don't really know which stats we want to focus on. I guess we can try to just get our first creativity perk. I don't even remember what that perk gives us, but it would be good to have. What else would be good to have? Oh, there's sports ball. Oh, pff, I'm so stupid. We need to rest. Yeah, under stress, exactly. I mean, I kind of want to say let's play outside, but on the other hand, if exploring the jungle gives us disc points, we kind of need that. Also, I just noticed, Tammy's little outfit is so cute. I love her little dress with the, like, colorful patches on the sides and the little shorts. That's such a cute little outfit. I love it. She's adorable. Let's play outside. Oh. Hey, that still gave us this anyway. Great. Solana's right. You hear over your shoulder, and you startle to find Dis standing right behind you. Ah! When did he get there?
Did you see those huge beasts in the jungle as we were landing?
Dis continues, picking at a thread on his sweater until it unravels.
I wonder if there are more out there.
I wonder indeed. You've had less of the deja vu dreams come to life feeling this week, and you're starting to think you'd even imagined it. But suddenly you get a prickling sensation in the back of your neck and remember that Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. You don't need the disc points to explore. Remember, like, when you got the 20 toughness thing, and after that, Dis approached us and told us about the pipe, and it was a bit confusing because we'd already unlocked it with friendship. Oh, I did not remember that. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Okay. So there are other options. That is good to know. Mars walks through it as if on cue.
OMG! Everybody look outside! They're hoisting a flag over command! She says, clapping her hands excitedly. You know what that means, right?
She stands tall with her hands on her hips.
Autumna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever!
If we're not getting toughness, friendship might be easier, yeah. 20 toughness or 20 bravery. Look out at the flag, feeling dizzy. Silently mouth the words along to what she says next. You remember this moment so well.
This is history, kids,
she exclaims, wrapping Anemone and Tangent under each arm.
And we were there!
I think we can get 20 bravery pretty easily because we have our, bonus. Okay, so for now, I think we need the cards. I meant to take a look at this. I mean... I think we can get rid of zeros. Who needs zeros? Spooky Oracle time, yeah, forget the zero, yeah. We don't need zeros. Although, is this one of the cards that you can upgrade? Zero is literally the worst option available to us. Forgetting makes us more likely to get one, yeah. Yeah, let's just forget the zeros. You wake from an afternoon nap. The dream you're in is one you've had many times. The air is strangely pink and fluffy, kind of sticky.
You have to push your way through it. It feels like every step takes an eternity. You can upgrade, but you can also upgrade ones. Okay. You push through the pink cloud and emerge into the children's creche, a room you know well. To see your friend Tammy standing before an enormous bear made of pure light. It lunges at her, through her. She collapses to the ground like a fainting fairy tale princess. Oh gosh. You wake with your heart racing. Tammy is leaning over where you were... It's leaning over you where you've been sleeping in a nest of pillows. She shakes your shoulder gently. Tammy Death Vision, yep. She was killed by a light bear, apparently. I imagine that's not literal, but it is a pretty funny visual.
Oh, I'm sorry, Solana,
She says, as if speaking to a small child.
I think you are having a nightmare. Are you okay?
Are you? Nothing bad happened in the dream, but you feel sick with dread. There's a hollow projector's open. I guess it could have been a projected light bear.
Oh, since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sedent is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the creche first, and then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay?
We are not doing that. This is the month, yep. Tammy skips off towards the creche, humming to herself. You feel groggy and need a minute to clear your head. That dream? Go save Tammy. You sprint down the hall to the children's creche, where the little kids play and learn during the day. It's empty. All the younger kids are probably off eating candy with Auntie Sedent. Is that the bear? I think that's the projector projecting the big bear in the air. Something happens to that bear. Yeah, we can just ignore her and get the candy. You see, that cotton candy card is really worth sacrificing Tammy's life for. You spot Tammy tidying up some drawing supplies near the craft bins. Above her, a hollow projector displays an enormous floating teddy bear made of purple light. It bobs silently in the air. Mr. Bearsworth. A decade of happy memories playing with it flash through your mind in an instant. Tammy stands up on her toes and reaches for the switch to turn it off. Uh-oh. You slam into her, knocking her off her feet onto the ground. At the same moment, the hollow projector sparks and explodes. The bear disappears, and the whole room goes dark. I guess it really was just the hollow projector. Although, we don't know if someone tampered with the hollow projector to make it explode. Well, she's alive. In the dim emergency lighting, you see Tammy's eyes wide with surprise and fear. She sits up and rubs her elbow, staring at you. Saving Tammy went a lot easier than expected. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I do want to be a weird prophet that knows about the future, but I just saved your life seems like a little bit much. I thought there'd be trial and error there, yeah. Also, I just froze again, god damn it. Alright, I'm turning off, whatever. We're getting near the end of stream anyway, so we'll just go invisible for the rest of it, I think. To be fair, this is like the introduction to previous light alternation, yeah. Sorry, are you hurt?
It's okay.
She sniffles, looking like she might start crying.
Why did you do that? Owie!
Look, I want to be the weird, creepy prophet, but at the same time, I feel like she's not going to believe me, and she's just going to think I tried to hurt her. That I was just, like, bullying her or something. I don't know. They dangle an obviously good child in front of you to make sure you need to save Tammy, yeah. I feel like we have to at least try. If we're going
Creepy prophet child. Although, on the other hand, doing creepy prophecies has already given us a month in med pay. To be fair, knowing about the explosion is weird, but to be fairer, you are 10. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna try to go for it. Let's just see.
My life?
She says. She peers into the dark room, looking even more frightened.
How?
You try to explain that the holo projector was going to shock her, but she doesn't seem to understand.
What? How? But it's Mr. Bearsworth, she says. It's just a toy.
I feel like she's already, like, so timid and scared of things. I feel like we might just make her even more paranoid about everything. And yeah, literally, Tammy, you just saw it explode. She doesn't believe you, but that's okay. You're just happy that you followed your dream and got here in time. You decide not to mention the dream, since she seems weirded out already. After a minute, the lights come back on. The projector is dead, a thin trickle of stinky smoke coming from the base.
Don't worry,
Tammy says, brightening as she gets to her feet.
Professor Hal can fix it. He can fix anything.
By the time you find the professor and finish cleaning up, you've forgotten all about the pink candy in the cafeteria. We got a card for saving Tammy! Hey, Professor Hal, why did it explode the first time? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I kind of feel like we might just end things here. We are on a little bit on the earlier side as far as stream timing goes. The saving Tammy card is straight up better than the cotton candy card. That is true. So, we did it! Hooray! We got a relatively good ending, and then we saved a Tammy. You didn't know how it happened in the last timeline either, so, like, yeah. Question marks. Very mysterious. Alright, cool. Well, we are definitely off to a start. I am very curious to see how we're going to... What's it? I guess how we're going to go through this and what mysteries we're going to find out about. You don't understand, there's an exploit with the delusions in the cotton candy card that caused an integer underflow error. Oh boy. That would be funny. This is necessary for the build. Alright. Cool. But yeah, I think we can keep this a shorter one, just because that ending, like, took a lot out of me. That was rough. Like, even as a relatively good ending, I do think it's really interesting the way it does it, where, like, even if you get a quote-unquote good ending, like, the different characters will still have their own different lives. And I think trying to, like... I imagine it's impossible in this game to, like, make everybody perfectly happy, live a perfect life, just because, you know, that's life. Like, you don't... Nobody's life is going to be perfect. Obviously, there are probably some endings for characters that are better than others. Like, for instance, Cal lived a lovely and happy and fulfilling life, but even then, he still ended up dying fairly young. It's really interesting that it doesn't sugarcoat how life goes, because life sure goes. Yeah, exactly. I think everyone's always going to have struggles in their lives, even if you, like, do everything quote-unquote right with them. And at the same time, I don't think it would be really possible to do everything quote-unquote right with every character at once. Just because I think that's the kind of game this is, that there are just trade-offs where you'll have certain stats and not others, you'll be able to spend time with certain characters but not others. And the decisions you make that improve a situation for one character might actually make things worse for another character. Some kids are just named Depression when they come out of the womb. Yeah. So I just find that really interesting. That I really get the feeling that this is the kind of game where you can't you can't save everyone. There is no perfect happy ending. How the fuck do you fix that? Yeah. So, yeah. Good game. Really cool. I'm still super depressed about Sin. That was so sad. We need to figure out how to save him. And we need to figure out how to get him to 100 friendship. Not solemnly, we'll have to sacrifice faith. There's a lot left to find out. Oh, for sure. Like, we've just started. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool. Yeah. All right, well, damn, this week went by really fast. What is going on? So we have a stream coming up on Saturday, which is my special birthday stream, where I'm going to be streaming just like a collection of shorter games. So we've got, what was it? The Dark Queen of Morthal. We've got This Game Will End in 205 Clicks. And we've got Taking My Dark Knight Girlfriend to the Corner Store. Potentially others if people give me more suggestions, but honestly, I think those 3 games are probably going to be enough of a stream in themselves. Even though they are supposed to be quite short. Like, I think, you know, maybe even half an hour. Or for non-streamers, I think they're mostly like half an hour each. But of course, when you stream, things take longer. So I don't know. Maybe we'll throw in some other games too. We'll see. Taking My Dark Knight Girlfriend to the Corner Store sure is a title. It is. It looks really cute and funny. Yeah. So that's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, there's the Speedpaint stream as usual. If I am just too streamed out from all the streaming, I might end up canceling the Sunday stream, but we'll see. Yeah, so there's that, and then next week should be back to this game. So, you know, business as usual, plus an extra bonus stream. I have an alarm set about it. I should remember to show. Okay, awesome. Well, I hope to see you there. It'll be a lot of fun. So, you know, go check it out. All right. Well, that's it for today then. The cat is also saying goodbye. Good night, everyone. I'll see you later. Have a good rest of your day. All that good stuff. Bye-bye.